Fire Service denies fault. Fabuloso gets recalled. And VP defends cost recovery. I am Enrico Polfort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see what's happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. The Guyana Fire Service has confirmed that the fire at the Parika Market last Friday was due to poor safety measures during welding at a steel frame for the new market, and that high winds and the clustering of that area fueled the fire, resulting in the destruction of the building and its contents. The fire service refuted reports of late arrival of firefighters without water, stating that 5 fire tenders, a water bowser, and 2 support vehicles, along with a total of 26 personnel, spent close to 4 hours trying to get the fire under control. GCOM is encouraging all eligible persons to register for the upcoming local government elections by visiting the Office of the Assistant Electoral Registrar in their respective local authority area before the 19th of February. Existing registrants are also advised to check the preliminary list of voters to verify their information and objections against the inclusion of names in the preliminary list of voters. Such objections can be tendered to the AER from the 13th of February to the 22nd. This weekend, tributes were paid to the late Alan Arthur Fenty, a nationally acclaimed folklorist, poet, broadcaster, and columnist for the Starbrook News. He was well known for his contribution to the preservation of Guyanese culture and offered weekly satirical and thought-provoking analyses of the nation's landscape in his column, Frankly Speaking, by A.A. Fenty. And also for you young people out there, he is indeed the grandfather of the singer Rihanna. We have truly lost a library of knowledge. The Transport and Harbors Department's online booking service, FerryPass, has been used by over 7,500 vehicles since its launch in October 2022. Developed by V75 Incorporated, the platform aims to mitigate issues encountered by ferry passengers and offers a web interface with Google Analytics tracking, 13,000 users, and cash-free payment options so far. It also enables workers of the T&HT to see future bookings and the recorded number of passengers and vehicles. The project highlights the importance of public-private partnerships. 2 men were shot and injured at a farm in East Kanji, Burpees on Monday morning after an argument with 2 hunters. The injured men were identified as Luke Passard and Rafiq Khan, both of Betsy Ground Quarantine Burpees. The hunters opened fire on them, and the men locked themselves in the farmhouse before the hunters fled the scene. The police were contacted, and the 2 men and the employer were arrested. On Sunday, 28-year-old Kester Gillians of Bench Street, Wortmanville, Georgetown, tragically drowned at a creek along the Soosdijk-Linden Highway. He was taken to the Diamond Diagnostic Hospital, but doctors refused to treat him until a family member arrived. The family has not been properly updated on the matter, and reports indicate that Gillians left home to go to the creek with friends at around 2 p.m. on Sunday. The Government Analyst Food and Drugs Department has issued a recall of certain Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaners due to the risk of exposure to bacteria, including Pseudomonas aeruginosa and Pseudomonas fluorescens. Consumers are urged to stop using the affected cleaners and contact the GAFTD for further information. You can contact them as well as look on their website for the full listing of all the Fabuloso products that have been recalled. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is 2017 RDQ3. It's the new model, and it comes with Bluetooth, mug rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamp, spot camera, and much, much more. Buy cars for $6 million. Or pay as low as $1.2 million down, with around $116,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queensdale, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and Southern Lake sent you for this sweet deal. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. It's February, so how about you do something special for your first love, your truck? Powered Automotive stocks a huge range of parts from the best brands in the business. Show your truck some love today. visit them at lot 491 EE Eccles. Or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck part at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck part store in Guyana. On Sunday, a 40-year-old woman was robbed at knife point while waiting for transportation on the corner of Main and Hope Streets in Georgetown. The perpetrator took a purse containing cash, a phone, ATM cards, and other documents. The victim held on to her purse, resulting in an injury to her right knee before the thief escaped in a western direction. On Saturday evening, 49-year-old Rupal Rukdio of Peter Street, Annandale, East Coast Demerara, was killed when he fell off a wooden stand on the Annandale Access Road and was run over by a passing vehicle. The driver of the car was tested for alcohol and found to have a reading of .004 micrograms. Post-mortem conducted by Dr. Nihal Singh determined the cause of death to be multiple crushed injuries to the head. The driver was tested for alcohol and was found to have a reading of .004 micrograms. The post-mortem determined the cause of death to be multiple crushed injuries to the head. The driver was arrested and is assisting with the investigation, and the body was handed over to the relatives for burial. On Sunday, a fire at Windsor Forest, West Coast Demerara claimed the life of 6-year-old Rajendra Mohabir. Firefighters were dispatched to the location, but the building and its contents were destroyed. Investigations are underway to determine the cause of the blaze, which may have been sparked by a power outage. Mohabir lived in the building with his family, and it also housed a grocery store and a small church. 17-year-old Nylon Gittins of Henrietta Village, Region 2, died on Sunday after sustaining injuries in a motorcycle accident. He was not wearing a helmet when he crashed into a truck and was taken to the city public hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. The driver of the truck has since been taken into police. Now for today's oil update. Vice President Jagdeo recently acknowledged that the headquarters building being constructed by Exxon at Ogle on the East Coast is cost recoverable due to the scale of activities being undertaken at the facility, which has evolved from a headquarters building to a house staff to a facility with training facilities, an operation suite, a control center, and a fiber optic cable. The US $160 million building is a cost recoverable and will be audited by a Guyanese consortium later this year. In other oil-related news, CGX Energy Incorporated has invested US $22 million in the construction of a deep-water port located north of and adjacent to Crab Island on the eastern bank of the Berbice River. The project has been redesigned to utilize pre-stressed reinforced concrete piles, resulting in significant savings to the company's capital expenditures. The trestle is now being built, making it one of the largest private sector investments in the ancient county of Berbice. Flowers are the language of love, and Shanisha's Flowerland is fluent. This Valentine's Day, let us help you express your love in the most beautiful way. From roses to sunflowers and everything in between, Shanisha's Flowerland has a perfect bouquet for your special someone. And with convenient payment options like PayPal, MMG, and Zelle, ordering is a breeze. So whether you're in Georgetown or across the world, come visit Shanisha's Flowerland at the Movietown Mall and make your Valentine's Day unforgettable. You can order through Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp them on telephone number 645-1189. You can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K-9 services. They speed even our drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. On Friday I ask, what questions you have for me? But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce that we have 2 new paid supporters. In addition to David Griffith and Dion Nasimanto, we now have Dimitri V and Project Zero. Thanks guys for joining the Noble Army. I'm so serious when I say I really appreciate the support. And if you too would like to become a supporter, you can just click on the link in the description. Dimitri V asks, what are your views on the 2016 PSA? Do you think that Exxon is making too much money off of it? Yes, but they also put a lot of money into this, but we really should have negotiated better. What are some big changes, projects you want to see the nation undertake this year? Actually stamping out corruption and really investing in other industries aside from oil. They said, I know it's too early to tell, but do you think Guyana is going in the right direction in terms of development of the country, or do you see it becoming another Venezuela? I definitely see it becoming another Venezuela if we do not deal with this corruption very soon. I know I ask a lot of questions, but feel free to answer the ones you're comfortable with. Well, I guess I answer them all. So, thank you for the questions. And in fact, I'll take some time later this week and actually address each of those questions, but with a little more detail, because those are some good ones. Thank you. And finally, Terrence Antry says, what do you think about parents paying teachers for additional education lessons? Shouldn't our government start looking into this themselves to help children who are finding it difficult? Absolutely. I think it's terrible that you actually have to pay the teachers extra in order to get this education. But when you look at it, they put far too many children into each of the classrooms. We truly have to reform the education system in this nation to something that is actually appropriate for the 21st century if we want to create a new generation of smarter thinking Guyanese that will actually be able to take on the challenges of the 21st century. Basically, you can't try to take on 21st century problems with 19th century education systems. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about Jagdeo's defense of the new headquarters for Exxon being cost recoverable? Do you think he makes a good point about the scale of operations having increased far larger than was originally intended? Or do you feel that that's a poor excuse for something that we should be saving money on? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Nico Bulford saying good night, folks.